Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Black Curl Magic, and I'm coming on here today to give you some of my top healthy hair tips. I get asked all the time, how do I get my hair to grow? Your hair looks so healthy, what do you do? So I thought it was only right that I come on here and have a little bit of curl talk with you. So my top I'll say 3 or 4 healthy hair tips would be, first off, regular trims. I know a lot of people feel like if they cut their hair, it's going to become shorter. But in reality, when you cut your ends or clip your ends regularly, it really promotes hair growth. One, it gets rid of the split ends. It helps with length retention. It helps with it reduces breakage, so you'll have less breakage if you're getting your ends clipped. And I know if you're a curly girl like myself, like when my ends aren't clipped, like I start to get tangles and knots at the end. And that's because I think I'm just giving my professional, non-professional opinion. I think it's because the split ends and the curls, it's just so much going on down there at the end that it creates knots. So then if you're not careful, you can snap that knot and then you will have, maybe some breakage or some unevenness. So I would say make sure that you're getting your ends clipped at least twice a year or more. Just because if you're like myself, I don't put a lot of heat on my hair, but I still feel like trims are necessary, just like I just said, because the knots and the tangling at the end, when I have clean ends, I find like my hair is more manageable or better. I can manage it better. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 is deep conditioning. I meet people all the time who never deep condition, and I'm like, wow, I used to be that girl, but I'm not her anymore because I learned the importance of deep conditioning regularly. I've gotten to the point where I will deep condition pretty much every time I wash my hair, unless I just don't have time, and then I'll just do something quick. But I'm deep conditioning at least 2 to 3 times a month. I used to be really bad with not washing my hair that much. It was because it was too time consuming and all these things, but I finally found a method and a routine that it just doesn't take me as long as it used to, so which I'm glad about. So I would say deep conditioning is key. Everybody wants long hair. I mean, I hear that all the time. I wish my hair was your length and this and this and that. And granted, length is great, but healthy hair is better. So I can only stress to you the importance of doing these things that I'm sharing with you today, just incorporating them into your hair routine. So like I said, deep conditioning, and some of the benefits of deep conditioning is it adds moisture. It does help reduce breakage. It helps reduce the amount of split ends that you have. So those things are important. You don't want to just be walking around with long, dead looking hair. No, that's a no. We want healthy hair. Like I said, I would rather have healthy hair than hair down my back and you can see through them ends, because I done seen some people, they trying to hold on to that length. Lord knows they hanging on the God's unchanging hand, but your hair is dead, sis. So let's fix that. Let's get some healthy hair going on. We can't be walking around looking like that. We got to be out here representing the sisters in a dynamic way, because if we saying we black girl magic, we got to look magical, and magic requires healthy ends, moisturized hair. We got to make sure our hair is moisturized, because when it's dry and brittle, what happens? Breakage. You don't want breakage. You don't want hair over here this short, hair over here this long. No, you want healthy hair all around. So my next tip, yes, I'm in the bathroom drinking wine, judge me if you would like, but hey, we having curl talk. I'm chilling. It's Friday. It's been a long week. I'm pretty sure you might have had a long week, so we just chilling. We just having a conversation. But anyway, this is brought to you by Aldi's $4.99 peach moscato because I'm a little bougie ghetto or bougie. I added some sangria fruit because, you know, I like to be a little festive sometime. Anyway, next healthy hair tip, protein treatments. I just did a YouTube video on protein treatments. Hold on, first off, let me back up because I talked about split ends, and split ends, you want to get your ends trimmed, or I talked about getting your ends trimmed, I'm sorry. I talked about getting your ends trimmed, and you want to make sure that you're getting that trimmed by a professional. I know a lot of people do it themselves, whatever works for you, but these are Black Curl Magic's healthy hair tips. So I say go to a professional to get your hair trimmed at least 2 times a year. Second off, I said deep condition. I'm going to share with you some of my 2 favorite deep conditioners that I use regularly. And I know if you've noticed, and it's not because I've worked with them and they're not paying me, but Camille Rose Naturals, she makes products that they're bomb. I mean, I can't even argue. So this coconut water penetrating hair treatment, that's one of my favorites. I love the coconut water line, period, but this deep conditioner, bomb. The next one is her Algae Renew deep conditioner. I use this and I love it. My camera's not focusing. I hope you can see it. There it is. This is number 2. Like, well, they're running neck and neck. So these are the top 2 deep conditioners that I use on a regular basis when I'm deep conditioning throughout the month. So now we can move back to protein treatments. I did a video on me doing a protein treatment. Now I use Afro-G's protein treatment. I've used the original, OG original, when you put it all on your hair and it makes it hard and all that. To me, that's just too time consuming. I am the natural, and I'm just going to say this here. This channel is going to be for the everyday natural woman. We ain't twisting hair every night. We not wetting hair every day. Who got time for that? Because I'm a working woman, and not only am I working, I have a life, a social life outside of doing my hair. So it's like I want styles that will last. So that's what I'll be bringing to you guys. So back to the protein treatment. The Curlific texture treatment is much simpler. All you do is, there it is. All you do is put it on your hair, section your hair however you do it. It's a 2-step, well, really 3 steps, but I only use the 2. It's the treatment. You put that on your hair, but you can watch that video, but you put it on your hair and then you just let it sit for a little bit. It says a minute, but if you have a lot of hair, by the time you get done sectioning, and I mean working it through one section, that's a minute. So just put it through your hair and leave it on. I leave it on for a few extra minutes once it's all the hair has I've put this all over the hair, and then I'll rinse it out with cool water. But protein treatments soften your hair. They give lifeless curls life. In the video I posted, the video that I did, I believe last week, I posted pictures of before the protein treatment and after, and it gives your hair, like I said, moisture and shine, and it just brings those curls back to life, because sometimes they just, they just need a boost. That's okay. So like I said, you want to make sure your hair is moisturized, and through deep conditioning, protein treatments, those are ways to keep your hair moisturized. And I want to reiterate too, because I do, I want to say, I meet a lot of people who, how do you keep your hair moist? What product do you use to keep your hair moisturized? First off, we cannot rely on one product to do everything. No, you have to find a method that works for your hair. So that's what it's trial and error. It doesn't happen overnight, but it's just finding what your hair likes, what oils, and you have to use again, deep condition and do protein treatments. Those add moisture. And then if you have a product like a lot of Camille Rose Naturals products, I use Curl Aid a lot. It's a moisture butter that does add moisture, but I also use olive oil on my hair while it's wet, to just, you know, not necessarily the lock method, but I put olive oil on my hair, then I will, you know, put the product on my hair, and that works for me. But you have to find what works for you. And then when you find what works for you, do what works for you, because we have a lot. I'm no guru. I've only mastered my hair, but I want to share with you what I've learned throughout these years. I think I've been natural since 2011. So I've been natural for a little bit. And I've gotten to a place where I've found my staple products, and I will do a video on that, you know, but I found what works for me. And I'm also, not only I'm the natural for the everyday woman, I'm the natural on a budget. I'm not spending a whole bunch of money. Now, I will spend. Camille Rose Naturals is a little bit more pricier than some of the other lines that I buy, but it's worth it. And I don't feel like I'm buying it, you know, every few months. No, I mean, it's lasting me. I mean, because a little, I mean, not, you know, a little goes a long way. You don't have to overuse it because it works. So you use the amount that works for you. And like I said, I don't find myself running to the store, buying those products or replenishing those products regularly. So the next tip that I've went over protein treatments, I've went over the importance of trimming your ends, deep conditioners, and the next one is hair steaming. I have the Q Redo steamer. I use this regularly with my deep conditioners. Some people, there's a dog barking. Sorry, I'm in my bathroom, I'm in my window, and there's a dog barking, so please excuse the dog. But anyway, Q Redo. I use mine primarily to just, you know, put through my hair, and when I'm just making sure that that product is really penetrating that hair follicle. So I'm just doing this. This is a really good tool. It was a good investment. I think it was about 60 bucks. I don't feel like you can't beat it. I also use this as a facial steamer when I do at-home facials, which is like every Sunday, and I can share that information as well. So you want to steam, because steam, all these things except for trimming, the deep conditioning, the protein treatment, the steaming, they add moisture. They hydrate your hair. They penetrate your hair follicle. So they make your hair more manageable. They strengthen your hair follicle, soften your hair, gives life to your curls. And it promotes growth. When your hair is in a healthy state, it will grow. But you have to, my motto is love your hair and love it back. And it will love you back. Sorry. So, love your hair, it will love you back. So, it's like, it doesn't matter where you're at. Own it. If you know, we all have shrinkage. Everybody has shrinkage. If you have a healthy head of natural hair, you're going to have shrinkage. It's inevitable. So many people are looking for a product so their hair won't shrink. You just have to get to that point in your natural hair journey and say, look, this is what it is. I'm owning it. And y'all gonna get whatever y'all gonna get, whoever it is, whether it's at your job, whether it's your friends, at your church, wherever you be. Own it. And that's all I can tell you. Have that confidence. And then continue to take care of your hair and love your hair. It will grow. It will love you back. Unless there's something else going on. And I can't really speak to that because I'm not a professional. I'm just giving, like I said, my advice from my perspective and what has worked for me. Last but not least, my last hair tip, healthy hair tip, is get you somebody that can take care of your hair. It's okay to have a hairstylist. I know there's a lot of foolishness going on in the hairstylist world. They don't want to wash your hair. They don't, you know, they don't want to detain. They don't want to do nothing. And if they do, I ain't gonna say they don't want to do nothing, but a lot of them don't. Some don't, some do. You just have to find a good one. And ask people. If you see someone with healthy hair, don't be afraid to ask, like, hey girl, who does your hair? Your hair look good. Can I have her number? Things like that. Don't be afraid to ask people about their hair. Some people are funny acting, but if you meet somebody like me, not joking, not joking, but I do tell people, so I mean, I don't mind sharing, because to me it's not that big of a deal. But just get you a professional, someone that you can go to. Like, it doesn't have to be regularly. I go to the hair salon like quarterly, maybe sometimes 4 times a month, so probably 3 times a year. That's it. The rest of the time I'm taking care of my own hair, ensuring that I'm deep conditioning, protein treatments, steaming, you know, cleansing my hair. I know some people do co-washes and things like that because people, you know, they get all in, they hear so many things from the internet and all that. No, wash your hair. Co-washing is cool if you don't have time, but you should be washing your hair, cleansing your scalp, and cleansing your hair and all that. I mean, I think that's a part of healthy hair, but you know, hey, again, these are just my tips. This is just what I'm sharing, and that's pretty much it. That's all I have. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me at Black Curl Magic on Instagram. If you have any, you know, if you want any more information, or if you want to take the conversation offline, and I'm more than willing to help. I don't mind answering questions, but I always let people know I'm no guru. I'm not a professional. I'm just speaking from my experience and speaking from what works for me. So anyway, it's been real. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like or subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to be a little bit more active on there. So yes, 2 things I want to give a shout out, because people may ask me about this lipstick. This lipstick is Boy Trouble. It's really nice. By Lip Bar. I mean, she's been getting a lot of my money lately. And these earrings, I've been marked by Mule. She's on Instagram. I'll tag them if you want to buy some jewelry, or follow them on Instagram, because they're both on Instagram. Lip Bar is sold at Target. So yeah, I know I say a lot. My cousin called me out on that. I'll show you. She did. But hey, this is new to me. I'm just learning how to be on camera. But anyway, that's enough for me. That's all I have. Thanks so much for joining me for a little wind down Friday curl talk, healthy hair tips. And like I said, thanks so much for watching. Good night.